the sun is just starting to climb up over the treetops. And it's gonna be a beautiful day, that's plain to see.
Welcome to Bill Dance Outdoors, America's most popular and longest running TV fishing show.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.
So, you're looking for a new rod. You zip over to a Bass Pro Shop store and head directly to the tackle department. When you get there, you're overwhelmed. Wow, look at all those rods. How do I choose the one I need? There are 5 to 5.5 foot, 6 to 6.5 foot, even 7 footers, 8 footers, 1 piece, 2 piece. Do I want fiberglass, composite, graphite? And there's graphite rods that show that they're made with IM 5, 6, 7, 8, IML, IMX. I am confused. Then there's the action. Light, medium, medium heavy, heavy, fast. Then there are specialty rods. Flipping, pitching, jigging, cranking, and so on. Well, believe it or not, they all have their place. Have you ever wondered why there are so many lengths? A 7.5 footer will outperform a 5.5 footer in some cases, and a 5.5 footer will outperform a 7.5 footer in others. As we fish along today, our host will be discussing many things about fishing rods in this episode that he has titled The Long and Short of It. First, Bill would like to discuss the advantages of using a longer rod, 6.5 to 7.5 feet in length, but after he catches this fish.
Whoa. Well, we got it. I don't know how. It's amazing you didn't get off. Go back. For years, the trend for those lengthy, long-handled poles was standard tackle for flipping, which gave fishermen the ability to present lures at close range to bass in thick, tight cover. Well, today, more and more anglers are using them for more than just flipping. Rods are basically a simple lever. When a longer rod is lifted, it pulls more line, increasing the hook setting motion. You'll have more leverage. The rod tip travels further when a longer rod is cast, and this increases cast length. And this is an advantage when casting crankbaits, in that it allows greater depth control. What this means is that fishing rods, depending on their length, expedite the energy of the hook setting motion. Now, the longer the rod pulls the line further with the same effort than will a shorter rod. And this moves the hook further and quicker. Oh, buddy. Big old boogie right there. Yes, sir. Dude, thanks. Look at that. Oh, you talk about a big old chunk. We're going home. Bye.
Bill Dance Outdoors, sponsored by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Rebel, catch fish anywhere. And by Mercury Marine, go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development. Come experience the kind of beauty that can only be made in Tennessee. Go online today for your free Tennessee vacation guide.
Whoa, buddy, bigger. Oh, strong, Jesse. You look good. Where are you going? Go. Oh, you're a big old bass there. Little hooks in you. Oh, it's caught. Boy, you talking about a big one. That one right there will go 10. And then some. Ah! Is that a big old horse? Yes, sir. That's a dandy. I'm gonna turn you loose. Okay, you ready to go? Bye-bye. Okay, here we go. Bye-bye. You know, it's a known fact that you gotta feel your bait in most cases to fish it correctly. And most jig fishermen, what they do, they hold their rod too high of an angle. They hold it way too high of an angle. And this is not good. This is not a good position for which to set the hook. However, it does offer superior balance. Now at this angle, the tip, what it does, it generates almost no torque. It weighs practically nothing compared to what it would weigh in more of a horizontal position, like this. To maximize balance equal sensitivity, 1 o'clock is best for maximum feel because the rod tip weighs less than a rod tip held at the 3 o'clock position. Okay, let me give you an example. A long rod, let's say, or one like this. This rod is over 7 feet. It's about, I'd say 7 1/4. All right, held in this horizontal position, it could weigh more than a 1/2 ounce. But as you lift the tip into the vertical position, it eventually reaches a point where it balances and weighs nothing. And that is where it's most sensitive, okay? All right, enough of that. There's no doubt about it, anglers are going to longer rods. David Johns, VP of Marketing at Zebco Quantum, says their sales records indicate that 6.5 foot rods are now the most popular rods on the market. It wasn't too many years ago that a 5.5 foot rod was preferred. Taking things further, David tells me many anglers are using even longer rods, 7 feet and up. Now the downside is longer rods are typically less accurate for casting and more difficult to transport, especially the one-piece models.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Quantum Rods and Reels, Quantum Performance Tuned, Mystic Lubricants, lubrication domination. And Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Today's equipment log is brought to you by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime. Today's show is sponsored in part by Berkley, Catch More Fish. Bill Dance exclusive rods by Quantum. And by Garmin. Fight your fish, not your fish finder.
Let me show you the bait we're using today. It's Bass Pro Shops half-ounce laser eye spinnerbait. Now we've modified it just a little by changing the black number 5 blade to a silver one. Why silver? Well, silver probably reflects more than any other blade. The Colorado vibrates more. It has more water resistance. Therefore, you can work it extremely slow. Okay, have you ever wondered why you're seeing more and more smaller guides on casting rods and even spinning rods? And what's the purpose? Well, the reason for more and smaller guides is that more guides let the line closely match the bend of the rod as it flexes. What this does is it eliminates flat spots where the line touches the rod. This makes for smoother, more efficient cast and retrieves, plus they're lighter than larger, more traditional size guides, creating a lighter overall rod. Now let's spend a minute and talk about the grades of graphite. You know, all those rod manufacturers touting the type of graphite used. Some rods are marked 5, 6, 7, IML, IMX, HSX 54, HSX 62, and 72. What is that? It's the graphite fibers that make up the construction of fishing rods that come in a variety of grades, which relates to the stiffness of the fiber and how resistant it is to stretching. This is called the graphite of modulus of elasticity, where the higher the number means more resistance to stretching. Ordinary graphite has modulus of elasticity of 33 million pounds per square inch. HSX 54 or IM6, like we're using today, has a modulus of about 39 million, and IM7 material is stiffer yet with a modulus of around 42 million. The stiffer fiber in this IM6 makes it much more responsive and sensitive because the fibers recover much quicker when bent. Also, it takes much less IM6 or HSX 54 material than ordinary graphite to achieve the desired blank stiffness or action, yielding a lighter weight rod. Overall, this means the lighter HSX 54 or IM6 material will yield a rod that casts more accurately and is more sensitive. There's one right there. There's a good one too. Nice fish there. Whoa, Nelly. There he goes bulldogging it. Get him up close to the top, it go berserk. All right, come on back. The big laser got you. Big fatted baby. Yes, you did. Thank you. All right, calm down. The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week is brought to you by Mystic Lubricants and their complete line of JT4 marine products. A full line of products for your full line of pursuits. Visit mysticlube.com today. You know, this is a very, very unique system. The fact that it's easy to install, and this base plate, you just drop it and it goes right to the bottom. So it just creates that arch and pulls that undesirable water back in, the low DO water, and brings it right back into the bubbling system and carries it right back to the surface.
Today's show was sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort. And by Garmin Force Trolling Motors, fish with force. Closed caption provided by Power Pole, the original shallow water anchor.
Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, chart plotter sonar combos. With advanced sonar technology like CHIRP and exclusive Panoptix all-seeing sonar, you'll spend less time finding your fish.
Have you ever wished you could bring shade over the top of you on a 100-degree day? Well, now, thanks to Millennium Shade Tree, you can. With this neat attachment, you can create and carry shade wherever you want. Attach it to your seat pedestal, slip in your umbrella, and you can choose where you want the shade to fall all the time. The Shade Tree, and you'll have it made in the shade. A cool product.
Come be part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
Hi there. How you doing? Come around on the other side of the boat and I can get to you better. Howdy, howdy. Easy. Come here. Don't believe this. Turn around. There we go. Can you believe this? There it is. Finally. Trailer hook. Here we go. Big fat stomach on that job, isn't it? All right, baby. Here's something to think about. People like rods come in different lengths also. A 6'3" fisherman is going to handle a 7-foot rod better than a 5'8" angler who might be more efficient with a 6.5-foot rod of the same design. Or the angler with the turn the boat over hook set may want a softer action rod than the angler who uses a less aggressive hook set. This is something you also need to experiment with. Let me ask you a question. Do you know the quickest way to accidentally break a rod? Well, let me tell you. When you stress that tip section past the 90-degree angle, this puts unnecessary stress on the rod. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to break more times than not. There he is. Come on around. Woo! Told you it's a big one. Easy, gotcha. Whoa! Look. Look. Look what got him. Look what got him. La ta ta. Look what got him. It just fell out. Look what got the big boy. Yes, sir. That's what got you. Ah, I'm gonna turn you loose. He's so happy he's shaking. Ah, big baby. I have had a great day. The old Bass Pro Laser I shed and I have had a good one. You know, I thought when we started this show we could cover a lot more than we did, but you know, 30 minutes goes just like that. But we'll have more to do on rods at a later date. Hope some of the tips that we've cast your way were helpful. Until next time, tell you what, you catch one from me on a rod I hope you'll enjoy using as much as the one I love using. And that's a Bill Dance and exclusive. Check them out at Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's. Okay? We'll see ya.
Thanks for watching Bill Dance Outdoors. Join us here again next week.
Now I've gone fishing with Bill Dance today.